Hey everybody, Tag Life Done Free. Hey, I thought I would shoot you guys out a quick video about the Midwest Preparedness Project. We just spent 5 days out there getting to know everybody, and I didn't spend a lot of time filming the speakers or the events or those kind of things. I tried to spend more of my time on the background, on the things that went on behind the scenes, and just some of the cute, neat camaraderie, community building things that go on. Most of the people that were out here were directly part of our community, and so you guys get to see the bigger picture of what the community looks like. But there were people that came as far away as New York and New Mexico and Texas and Alabama and so many places, and I met so many great friends and strengthened my relationships with so many others. And so if you're interested in what it's like at the Midwest Preparedness Project from behind the scenes, kind of view, we can take a look at that. The other thing I'll tell you guys is that the Midwest Preparedness Project will put out a complete video that has the speakers and a lot of the channels, Grumpy Acres and Hacks for the Homestead and, Life with Mike and Jen, and a lot of these places will put out stuff, but I'm going to focus on the other side. So if you're interested in seeing it through my eyes, come on, let's check it out. Well, guys, the Midwest Preparedness Project goes on, and it's a fabulous week, but there's a lot of work that goes on before. This is a bunch of the homesteads coming together so that we can create enough, firewood so that everyone has wood, so people don't have to bring it with them. And this is Hacks for the Homestead, Grumpy Acres, and Life Done Free, putting up some firewood in the days before the festival. And I just wanted to show you guys this just to know that, as the community comes together, there's many things that you don't see. There's many things that go on behind the scenes that ensure that we can continue to build the community that we can all be proud of.
What are you doing there, G?
I am being pooped. That's what I'm doing. We're getting firewood for the Midwest Preparedness Festival, courtesy of Tag and B and Darren and Patty. See, this is what community is all about. Getting dirty and tired.
Oh man, it's been a day. Welcome to the Midwest Preparedness Festival. So as you can see, guys, there's people in campers, there's people in tents, little trailers that they made. How cool is that? And so I thought I'd just walk you guys around a little bit and, kind of show you what goes on. It seems like everyone's just hanging out doing their thing, watching classes. And as we go through this, I'll kind of point out to you guys some of the, things that go on behind the scenes that you don't see, that most people wouldn't notice. Happening. Like, for example, right here, that right there is Melanie. Melanie is the editor of the local community newsletter, and she's interviewing people who are here for our community newsletter. And so for those of you who get the newsletter, it'll be out pretty quick, and you'll be able to, read some of the stories that came with it.
When I was teaching government school, their parents were the most uncool, unknowledgeable people they knew. They refused to tell their parents.
I thought that we would just kind of show you guys some of the vendors that are out there. And a lot of these people just have their own stuff that they do, not really as a business, but just for stuff like this to kind of, sell some of their wares.
Right now, those children that are in those government re-education camps are not being able to socialize and learn and gain wisdom from the elder class in our society. We have disconnected the two. So the parents no longer have any jurisdiction or influence over the children.
So we continue on looking at the vendors. This is Riverside Survival, which is a store in Kansas City, selling their goods. Yep, and that's Angel Fire Ammunition, which is also a local Kansas company that builds ammunition. Yep, we've got some freeze-dried food here. Yep, from Mr. Hubby's Kitchen. And got some baked goods there. This is Grumpy Acres booth, right? They do a lot of freeze-dried stuff. Right there, look at that, Grumpy Acres. I think they did fairly well. This guy over here was selling, man, just all kinds of stuff, coins to, survival gear to, homesteading stuff. Just lots of stuff. Really was a beautiful thing to experience. Hello, how are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good, welcome.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, you're exactly who I thought you were.
Who am I?
Ted.
I am Ted. So if you look around here, these people are listening to not really a class, more of a motivational speech about, raising your children. and about, some of the mistakes that we make. And I kept some of the clips in, and you guys heard it a little bit earlier of, what he had to say. But again, super diverse crowd. There are all kinds of different people here from all kinds of different walks of life. And, when you compare this festival to many of the other ones, many of you guys have been out to, some of the great ones like the Self-Reliance Festival, or, I was at the Next Step one not long ago. And there's a bunch of great ones out there. But what makes this one different is it's super intimate. There's so much time available to sit down and chit chat with, not just the speakers, but just, other homesteads.
What is it you came here hoping to see? What is it you came here looking for? What is it that encourages you? Yes, ma'am?
What do you got to say?
Go
Are
dogs.
you doing everything your dad says?
Yes.
Yep. Are you a great kid?
Totally.
Absolutely.
100% of the time?
For the most part.
I think she's a great kid. And always have.
I'm gonna
How you doing,
fully
Tag?
rowdy.
Better watch out. He's got the reach
I
on
have
you.
a bubble.
Hey, you learned some self-defense skills earlier, right?
Yeah.
Make sure to apply them. There you
As you guys can see here, they're just doing some giveaways, and this is where, everything gets, just given away to the crowd.
Kind of a long one, but I want to know what your guys' experience being in Kansas, being at the festival, and staying with my dad. Kind of give me a breakdown of that whole thing.
So, firstly, staying with your dad has been absolutely cool. Your dad is honestly one of the most amazing human beings I think I've ever met, as far as his generosity and his wanting to help. And his willingness to just do everything to make sure that I'm okay and looked after. Like, he said that he would look after me if I came here, and he absolutely has looked after me. We've not needed anything. He's literally opened up his entire home and just said, my home is your home, just like have at it. So staying there has been incredible. He caught a catfish, so he was happy.
Yeah. I was happy.
At the pond out there on the land?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were big enough yet. I remember when he
like
stopped.
It was like a little,
this
it was a
big.
bullhead, maybe
Yeah.
probably about like 8 inches, which is about as big as they get anyway. So,
So happy
yeah.
days.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
happy.
even B was like, oh, they were this big last time we saw them. But yeah, so he was happy. Yeah, your little sister's a hoot.
Yes.
She is the most adorable. Oh man, when she came and she said to me, she's like, I'm really glad you're here. And I said, why is that? She goes, because I want to collect people who speak different languages. I was like, I speak English.
It's not a different language per se.
And as soon as she met me, she was like, I love the tone in your voice. I think your tone is amazing. It's called an accent. She's like, yeah, I love the tone. She's so sweet. Being here, I guess, yeah, I was a bit dubious because I said to your dad, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to fit in with these people, like, and I didn't know how my story would be relevant to here, because I'm so used to talking to, I go to cannabis events or I go to outside parliaments, I'm protesting, whatever it is, but usually it's cannabis events, and so to come here, I was like, there's a lot of religious people here, which I understand, religion and, which blows my mind, but I do get it. And so I was like, how is it going to be relevant? And then I started understanding that actually, if you're prepping for anything in this world, you've got to get this in order. You've got to get your health in order. Don't let your kids get sick in the first place. Like you don't want to go down the path that I did. And if I can teach you anything, is to not follow my lead in that. So, just look after your kids now and stay well and get your house in order, get your weight down, get your health good. If you rely on 15 pharmaceuticals, then what you're going to do when there's no doctor? Like so. That's kind of what my message was that came out in the end. And everybody has been just so loving, so warm, so welcoming. And even Tag said to me last night, he was like, are you okay? Is your energy level fine? I was like, do you know what? All of these people here have refilled my gas tank by putting so much love on me. It's been incredible. And I feel very protective, very looked after, I can't wait for the next one. It's been really, really lovely. And
So you come back for another, you think?
absolutely I would, yeah. Even if I'm not talking, I would just come just to hang out with these people who are like-minded, who are like me, who just want to be left alone. I don't want to, I just want to be left alone to live my life and not, And so to meet so many other people like that from different walks of life too. They're not just all stereotypical crazy preppers. There's professors here, and there's very well, entrepreneur, professional, multi-millionaires here who are just all have the same kind of mindset. So it's really, really lovely. It's a mixed crowd, and I really like it. Yeah.
I agree with her.
You agree with her?
She speaks much better than I do in that regard. She's the talker.
You're the doer.
I'm the doer. Yeah.
He's the one who looks after me, make sure I'm fed and watered and taken care of. And
which has been an easy task so far this trip. Again, like Tag's taking care of us like every step of the way, and just like anything that we've needed or like anything like that he could accommodate, like he's been more than willing to do so. And like again, being welcomed in by everyone here, and just it's a good crew of people here and a good community, and definitely we come back.
Yeah, we've met some cool people here, mainly because your dad kicks the hive and then runs away.
He does. Oh my, yeah.
Oh man.
He just, I want to meet some, kick the hive, bye. And I'm like, hey, we should know each other apparently.
Right.
Tag said so. So, I think I've met some lifelong friends here too, which has been really, really cool.
Yeah, that's a comment I get from a lot of people. Tag came up to me and then he took me somewhere and then he said, "Hey, have you met blank?" and then left.
Yeah, that's it.
So he does a lot of that sort of thing.
Yeah, he's the original hookup guy.
So here's the famous barter town, and you guys are going to see so many different things for sale. Like that guy's got some steaks and some rope, right? So interesting. And as you walk around, I don't think they're trading away crackers, but anyway, someone must have been eating, right? Well, you come over here, there's some NBC books and just some copper, right? There's some, I seen an optic in there. There's a tripod in there. Looks like one of those fire starting kits. There's some chicken feeders and a tent. That guy's got some metal signs. Artwork. This guy had a booth full of books and a little bit of medical gear. Yep, here's some homemade goods, right? And she's hand sewn all of those, which is super cool. Yep, looked like there were some tarps there.
There we go.
You guys are weird.
This guy had some really cool stuff, some IFAKs and some knives and, just some basic, survival and, prepping related items. Exactly what it is, though. It's a great way to camp,
But I did get
I'll do it.
and I got some salve.
Oh, is that some like homemade root beer?
Yeah, no, it ain't that.
Oh, it's still good.
For the knife.
Then go trade the knife for the backpack. This is how you do it, Ayla! So this, again, is the famous barter town. And if you look in the background, you will see people bartering and trading for so many things. But I hope what you see is the magic. And I talk about this all the time, you guys. This is what brings the community together. You guys have heard me talk about our community here many, many times. And look at all of the people all over the place. It's just an amazing experience. It's amazing to be part of it. It's amazing to be able to help build it. It's amazing that all of these years that have gone by, that we're still here and kicking. And as I record this video, I look out in the audience and I see so many of my great friends and so many people having a good time. It's absolutely priceless. I would encourage all of you guys to go build community. Find a place. You guys can do this, and I will help you in any way that I can. But this is what community is about, right? Getting together and doing the things, right, that help us all be a tiny bit freer. So I thought I would share with you guys something that was really cool. So we had a handful of single ladies, middle-aged single ladies all together in a campsite. And while they weren't looking, I decided that I would put this sign up. And I didn't know that they would, wreak retribution upon me, but they did. So the retribution is they created this sign and they put it right at the front of the camp out, and it says, "To Taganistan, squash capital of Ethiopia, please ask Tag where you can send your first bushel of squash." It's so silly, something like that, but this is what builds camaraderie and friendship. I loved every bit of it, and I'll cherish this memory for sure. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed just some of the conversations that went on behind the scenes, some of the little kids, and I hope you noticed that. Did you see all the youth? There's youth everywhere, and they're our future. And I had so much fun people watching. I had so much fun seeing the things that went on behind the scenes, and many friendships were made. Many connections were made that will be used for years and years and years to come. Our community got stronger. Our community grew, during this event, and I look forward to the next one. It'll be in October, and you guys can look up the Midwest Preparedness Project on Facebook, on MeWe, on Freesteading. We'll all be there, and we'll continue to grow this event, and we'll do our best to continue to keep it intimate and to keep it where those relationships can, continue to grow. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and guys, community matters, and the only way that all of this works is through community. But you know what? At the end of the day,